Welcome back to the Weekend Warrior Show Recap Podcast. I'm Ty from the Unemployed Architects. This week I actually have a show to talk about, which is a positive note, I would say. I also was in the studio last Saturday night, so I'll probably talk about that a little bit. And, just general stuff that's been going on. So Good Friends is what I started in the studio last week, Saturday, and, for what I was expecting, it went really, really well. I don't know that I prepared for sure, and I just never really know. I feel like the vocal performance I gave was maybe my best in-studio performance, because it's like, usually when you're in the studio, it's just kind of do whatever you can to hit the right notes kind of thing, because you're kind of on a short, you don't have a ton of time, so just getting the right notes it's not as much of a performance as I would usually like. There's probably been some times where I've gotten a good performance, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of just whatever you can do. And I actually got to use this, it's the SM7B microphone, which I've been kind of reading about lately and seeing a lot of lately. I feel like every podcaster pretty much uses that microphone, but also it's famous for the vocal of Thriller by Michael Jackson. So I don't know, just kind of a cool little side note. I saw that in there, and I asked Eric about it, and he said, yeah, we could try it, and it's kind of a shouty song, which I think MJ is a little bit shouty a lot of the times in a good way, so I thought it might work out, and I'm pretty happy with the way the vocal tone turned out. And then I'd got my guitar adjusted and new strings and everything, and that went pretty smoothly ultimately. And we got kind of the drums going a little bit, and Dave came in and did the congas, which there's some really cool stuff going on with that, and some cool ideas in there. So looking forward to the final result. So I still am gonna have to get Laura Lynn, Kev on bass, and then Blair in there, and then probably some more as mixing and mastering. So it might be like 3 or 4 more, or 2 or 3 more sessions before it's done. But if it keeps going as smoothly as it went last Saturday, it might end up and be one of the best ones I've ever done. So I don't know, I'm just really excited about that. And I think that the song itself is one of my favorites, so to get it down, I don't know, I'll probably push it really hard when it comes out. So I'll post it as a single and push it on all the socials and stuff. And so yeah, that'll be probably next 6 months or so, unfortunately. Unless we get that stimulus, I guess that might push it ahead a little bit. But I have enough money for 1 more session of recording, and then I'll have to get money for 2 more. So we'll see how that all pans out. But so yeah, and then Pandemic Relief, I'm kind of getting towards the end of that EP, that live EP I'm doing and I've talked about. So I just released the wheel today, and I have Good Friends left to, edit and mix or edit the video and the audio. So I'll be doing that hopefully next weekend. And there's a couple other songs from that set that I might end up and put on the playlist, but not on the album, just as like an extra little thing you can check out, because I got an okay version of the California song, and So I might end up and use that. I got an okay version of Mighty Vermilion. Might end up and use that. Just, again, for the playlist, not the album. And then I did a cover of The Immortals by Kings of Leon. So I'm, at the very least, going to post that one on the playlist as like a bonus if you go watch it there. But, so that's, exciting. I'm supposed to meet with Jeff this coming Saturday. Or no, Sunday. And really hoping to finish Montauk. So we'll see what happens, of course. I'm hoping we can get there, though. And then I might record some acoustic parts for Donnie's Fingerprints album. So that'll be a busy Sunday, but if I could get Montauk done, it'd all be worth it, I think. Be nice to have something to release. Along with all this other stuff I'm doing, but that's kind of what we're looking at. So the show Friday was a show. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of a thin crowd. And I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to singing to a microphone because I've been singing just acoustic for so long, but I felt pretty good. I mean, it was an okay performance. I don't think every song was amazing by any means, but there were some probably amazing ones in there. And so they, because of everything going on, they're paying me less, and I'm only doing a 2-hour set instead of a 3-hour set. And so I decided I was just gonna play acoustic, and so with that, it's supposed to just be like an easy kind of plug and play type situation. And of course, I had to overcomplicate it because, that's what I do. And I ended up, I was playing out of 3 different amps, essentially. I had, so I've been mildly obsessed with this, just John Butler Trio in general. I've been listening to their music a lot, but that's the song Ocean by John Butler. So to describe it, it's just like an instrumental that he plays like all the time, and it's a little different every time, and I think the atmosphere and the crowd kind of depend. It's like he has all the parts, but how he puts those parts together is kind of in the moment, and he feels the crowd's vibe, and if they're feeling it, maybe he'll play it a little bit longer or shorter. If he's doing it for like a video, maybe he'd do like a shorter version, kind of get to the point. But anyway, I've been mildly obsessed with that, and I was reading kind of his setup, and he has an A/B splitter that he uses. So he does like his acoustic tone to one pedal chain, and then he does, because he's playing acoustic, but he runs his acoustic through an electric guitar amp for the chain B, and has a volume pedal with that. So I wanted to try it, essentially, because I really like the dynamic that adds. And so I have my little Black Star 1 watt tube amp. So I brought that, and I ran the B side, and it was pretty cool. I mean, it was different. I don't think I figured it out, and of course I, just like when I start anything else new, I do it too much probably, but so that added kind of an interesting effect, and it could make it like my more rock type stuff sound a little bit grungier, but then also add some volume. It made doing solos a whole lot easier, like in songs. So I've been trying to add those in a lot more anyway, but it just adds a different texture. And then I have my organ machine that runs out to a separate amp. So that was amp number 2, and then just my regular acoustic tone. But anyway, so that was interesting. It's probably too loud, maybe, but it was just something new and fun to kind of mess around with, and I don't think it was crazy enough to bother anybody, but I don't know, I just couldn't really grab the crowd. I felt like I sounded, especially the first half, the first, like, because because I usually do like a set of 4 songs, around 15 minutes for that when I open. And, I had some instrumental going in there as well for the intros and the outros. And I felt like it sounded really good and I was into it and, feeling it. But I just didn't feel the same response from the crowd, I guess. And there wasn't many people there listening anyway, but so I don't know. I mean, it was fun. It was like a paid practice, I guess. There was probably 15 people throughout the night for, it's a little bar, a little acoustic show. No big deal. I did notice, however, with all the different amps, and like I said, I was probably a little bit too loud. I definitely had some ringing in the ears after, which I've had bad tinnitus in the past, so I'm probably not the best idea for just blasting it, I guess. But it was fine. It was an okay show, and I got another one set up around St. Patty's Day, so I'm hoping that'll be busy. But I don't know. Everything's weird, so I'm not going to have any expectation. If it's just the same exact thing as this show, it'll be fine. I'm not really too worried about it. But yeah, so that was the show. Overall week, because it's been a couple weeks, we had inventory at my work last week, and that took a lot out of me, so I feel like I've been trying to recover from that. And I haven't been. There's been a few nights where, like the night before inventory, we had to get up a lot earlier to start than my normal work schedule, and I just didn't sleep like at all that night. So that day was just super rough, and then the rest of the week has just been trying to recover, and I think by now I'm kind of there. But anyway, so that's I don't know. It's just I'm hoping to release Montauk, hoping to release the Pandemic Relief album, live album, and Good Friends maybe in the next few months. So all stuff I'm feeling positive and good about, and yeah. So I think that's that. I don't know if I have much else, but as always, I appreciate anybody who takes the time to listen, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.